DM Tombstone Live, Season 2, Episode 33. In action. Oh, how's it going, YouTube? DM Tombstone Belts back here again with a brand new episode of you guys for DM Tombstone Live. And you guys know when I do DM Tombstone Live, it's unsanctioned, uncensored, anything that happens. Try to keep it family friendly as possible. So, yeah. And if you are enjoying my live streams, make sure you hit like on them because I'll be keeping track with the icons above me right there. Obviously, I see it, but you guys don't. But yeah, and as well, and if you're new to my channel, want to know what I'm all about, especially with these bad boys right behind me, and of course, one bad girl right here. Check out my main channel. My most recent videos of me doing a full depth review of this championship belt, and as well my WWE Tag Team replica belt from WWE Shop. I did a full review of them, and I actually unboxed them on my last DM Tombstone Live. So check that out. Make sure you like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do, guys. I'm now 48 away from reaching 900. Yeah, guys, I'm getting close to 900 subscribers, and all it takes is your guys' help and tell people, hey, check me out and subscribe to me, so I can get my channel. And this is my what is this now? My third attempt now with a brand new phone. Here, dear brother Damien. Hey there, Muhammad. How are you? If you guys hearing this, I apologize. I do apologize if you're hearing that in the background. And hopefully you guys can hear me because the last time I tried to do a live stream, I've been having those audio issues, but I think I might fix them on my phone now. They have a brand new phone, so why not do a live stream for you guys? Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Can you hear me well, Muhammad? Hopefully you can. Because right now I'm just crap. I'm just playing a bit of a game. Dear brother, soon will be complete. You're subscribed. I subscribe you on my other phone. Oh, good. Thank you, Muhammad. Thank you a lot, guys. Check him out, Muhammad Adib, but he goes probably on from the Facebook groups of Muhammad Tala Belts. I got in a couple from him, and he does great quality work. Go check him out. Hi, 82 Awu. Hey there, 82 Awu. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah. So anyway, recapping of this week. If anyone watched Monday Night Raw from Netflix, yeah, we've seen how literally CM Punk just got his ass handed to him by Roman and the Usos, showing signs that the bloodline is coming back. But we gotta see what it's like next Monday Night Raw, and of course, building up for. Thank you, dear bro. Love you too, man. How we've seen Oba Femi literally just manhandling Brock Lesnar, and rare times you see someone do that, like Big Show, Mark Henry, uh, Braun Strowman, another one who before they call it monster handling. What is your name? From Bobby Jackie Ma. It's DM Tombstone Belts. Well, if you want to know my real name, it's just Daniel. It's just Daniel. So yeah, but yeah, and as well SmackDown last night where we have a brand new United States champion, and who other than now a two-time United States champion, Sami Zayn, who defeated Carmelo Hayes in a matchup last night thanks to the help of Trick Williams. So now Sami Zayn's now has a match at WrestleMania, and who other than against Trick Williams himself? Cambodia. I heard about that. I think it's a country, right? Cambodia. It sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I heard about Cambodia. What about Cambodia? If you're from it, I'd say, yeah, sending love from America to Cambodia. And right now, I'm just playing a bit of Minecraft here. Might switch it off and put on Thousand Ways to Die because I've been binge watching on that. I remember that. Anybody remember that show, Thousand Ways to Die from Spike TV, as well, along with like the Deadliest War and all that stuff. Hey, Pez, how are you? Yeah, bro, I will send you a gift on shift with your a shirt. Uh, oh, on shield. Looks like you're trying to say gift on shit with your name, DMTombstone belts. Okay, thank you. Hey, Pez, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. And if I was giving my recap of SmackDown last night, where Sami Zayn has finally again became the United States champion. And I'm not sure, Pez, if you were here the last time, but yeah, about when I unboxed and got these new replica belts. How are you doing? I'm okay. Good. I'm doing fine too, D. Pez, thank you for being a part here. I'm surprised you're here because normally you say you Saturdays, but yeah. And as well, I think I had your, I think it was like your son or daughter that was on my live stream last week. After all, I don't think you were here to see when I unboxed my newest belts, this replica belt, and of course, my newest, my first ever women's belt, the TBS title. Yeah, so now I got belts number 57 and 58 to my collection. And yeah, I am running out of room. Yeah. And I think we're only what? Both beautiful. Thank you, Muhammad. I'm still. Okay, I gotta move you, squirrel. Let me just put this back. Yeah, so we've seen we got a brand new United States champion last night at SmackDown, and they're building up more matches for WrestleMania. Like now, most people thought it was gonna be like we know that Jacob Fatu was gonna face Drew McIntyre. We didn't, but we just didn't know what type of match. And I work every other Saturday. Oh, okay. Yes, I've seen your videos on those belts. Very nice. Thank you. Because I am, because I'm pretty sure eventually I may want to slow down my collection. Because after all, like I said, running out of space. Then again, I could just see if I could try to put more up on the walls. But I gotta be very careful, because after all, these walls can only hold so much weight. I live in a trailer, and the trailer park wall and the trailer house walls aren't as built like apartment walls, like my old house. So I just gotta be very cautious and very careful of how much I can hang up. Maybe I should try to do the ceiling thing again. Holly the Wolf of Chaos. Hi, Holly the Wolf. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. So we got Pez and Holly the Wolf here. Yeah, because I was saying about the other day, or just as we watching the wrestling, and of course on my new phone, I had to, fix my phone around a bit. I only had one problem this week. I missed an hour of NXT because the fact my phone got froze up on me and I didn't know what to do until a buddy at my work told us to do a hard reset on it. Because there was an app on my phone that froze on it when it was showing an ad. I'm good. How are you, Dan? I'm doing fine, Holly. Thank you. Yeah. And I did see your video, Pez, of you giving me a shout out on your channel showing off your 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 improvised belt room now, how you change it around and that. Thanks for the shout out, man. It really does help me out. And I say for everyone that's watching, go check out Pez's channel. He has some videos up as well showing off his belt collection. He has belts there that probably way beyond even my time, even some from territories that I didn't know of, like Southwest Wrestling or like those type of belts. the AWA, NWA. Like I haven't collected those yet. I may think about getting to those once I finish off some other parts of my collection. Because they like speaking of, like I have thoughts of what other belts to get in my collection. Obviously, some of them are possibly the have to go the bootleg route because WWE Shop don't have them yet. But I'm thinking, should I because I did there is one on WWE Shop, but the thing is it's so expensive. I don't even think it's there anymore. It was up to 2 grand. I'm thinking I wanted to do get a crown jewel belt, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go the bootleg route because it's cheaper. But yeah. But what you guys think? Should I get the crown jewel championship or should I get the speed championship? Hey, Iram's here too. Hey, Iram, how are you? Welcome to the live stream. We both got Pez, Holly the Wolf, and Iram on here now. Hold on, guys. I gotta get myself a drink of water. My throat's a little dry. Be right back, guys. Okay. All right. Hey, Bez, how you doing? Yeah. Crown jewel belt, too expensive. Yeah, I know. The WWE Shop replica, they sold it for like 2 grand. But the thing is, I think they only had a limited amount, and I think they sold out already. So I think I'm probably gonna go the bootleg route because I had known people that would make that crown jewel belt for me for at least a good fraction of the amount that WWE Shop's asking for. And I'm pretty sure they have nice quality jewels. Like they're actually certain person would use like actual cubic zirconias, unlike the stock stones that WWE uses, and it'd be trash. But yeah, I'm saying, do you think I should probably get the Crown Jewel Championship belt, probably from one of my well-known belt makers online, like from Hassan or them? Or should I also, or should I get the WWE Speed Championship? Because that's another one I want to add to my collection as well, for it to be a WWE belt. The thing is, that's not even a replica on WWE Shop yet. Like, I'll let you guys think. If I'm gonna get another belt in my collection, which one do you think I should get first? Because I know there's also other championship belts out there I wouldn't mind the collection. Like I could start going onto the TNA belts. Because I do watch some TNA and I wouldn't mind getting some TNA belts to my collection as well. But like I said, I'm just trying to work more on my ones I have right now. Because right now I'm waiting for Stones to come in to get the where is Gunther? That's what I heard about from WrestleMania. If you guys don't know, check out WrestleMania channel. So far as I know, I'm pretty sure they're building up a plot of what to do with him. As far as I know, they're gonna give him a match at WrestleMania. Hold on. I'm gonna lock the door. 1 second. All right. But yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do with Gunther. But now that we've seen that Obafemi is facing Brock Lesnar, it's not gonna be Brock Lesnar's last match if he's not gonna face Gunther. Speaking of, what are you guys' thoughts of Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar? The Beast versus the Ruler. I say that it's going to be an epic build-up. And who do you expect to have win this match? Because there was rumors saying that Brock Lesnar was not going to want to lose anytime until his final match. But then again, they they you know proved that rumor was just false. I think I'm going to start getting old school WWE championships. Well, yeah. I mean, after all, I own a Backlund, a Hogan 85, and a Big Green. Those, I may want to try to think about getting the San Martino belt. You know, the one that said WWW on it, I mean, you know, it was probably a small looking belt too, kind of like the Backlund belt, but I think this one was a lot smaller, almost about the size of a kid's belt, and it didn't fasten with snaps. It was more like a belt buckle. But anyway, do you ever consider to get TNA World Champion? I am considering about it. Like I said, I have options out there, and I'm thinking I want to hear from you guys. Should you think I should get a TNA World Championship belt? Or should I get the Crown Jewel Championship belt? Or you think I should get the WWE Speed Championship belt? I'd like to hear from you guys because I know eventually I would get them, but yeah, it's like all through time, you know. Right now, I'm just more concerned. I'm more working on trying to get like my Unified Championship, the AEW Unified Championship, restoned, and then working on more of the belts, like get send out strap for my Undisputed. And now I'm chatting up with Rana Buta for that one. Or no, not Rana Buta, Rana Munib. Man, they got so many of the Ranas and Muhammads out there. I've been wondering which one am I chatting with. Yeah, but I'm chatting up with Rana Munib, who's been giving me all the send out straps. I'm really thinking about getting a send out strap for my undisputed title so I can get that on a what so eventually I get a one piece belt tip for that. You get the DNA world champion. Okay. Paul Heyman was right every time someone came along that was going to beat Brock, they got beat. Well, yeah, I like Obafemi, and I want that he became the big star, but I don't want to see Brock lose at WrestleMania 42. Well, then again, Brock Lesnar hasn't barely lost a lot at WrestleMania 42 at all. If anything, I think he only lost what 2 or 3 times at WrestleMania. That his first WrestleMania was like what WrestleMania 19. He beat Kurt Angle for the title. WrestleMania 20, he lost to Goldberg. Then he's been gone for a while. Then he comes back at like WrestleMania 29. He loses to Triple H. WrestleMania 30, he beats The Undertaker. WrestleMania 31, I mean, he didn't lose to Roman Reigns. In fact, it was a triple threat match. Seth Rollins comes in and takes the title from both Brock and Roman. So that's like 3 losses there. Then what? 32, he faces Dean Ambrose. 33 gets his rematch with Goldberg. He beats both of them in that time. 34, he beats Roman. Then what? I think 30. What was it? 35. He loses to Seth Rollins. 36. He loses to Drew McIntyre. 37. Okay, what was 37? Sorry, guys, if I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, 37. I think he. Who did he face at 37? Wasn't it Obafemi, or am I thinking of 39? I know Brock Lesnar faced someone at 37. Try to refresh my memory. Uh, I know like 38. No, I don't think, no, I don't, you know what? I don't even, yeah, Brock wasn't in, I don't think Brock was involved with 38, 39. Well, 39, I think he faced Obafemi. That was his last match. 38, he faced Roman Reigns and lost to him. So I think his win and loss record's kind of like even. I think it's 50-50 now that I think about it. 37, he was absent. That's what I was saying. Okay. So Brock wasn't involved in 37. And he wasn't even involved in 40 and 41. And that was due to the Vince McMahon case and that, since his name came up with that, so he had to be absent for a bit. But now he's back, and now he's going to face Obafemi. So let's see. 20, 29, 31, 35, 36, 38. So he's lost 6 times out of his appearances at WrestleMania, and his wins 19, 30, 32, 33, 34, 39. So it's literally even. He's appeared in 12 WrestleManias, and he's won and lost even amount 6 times each. Did you guys ever watch Oscar? Oscar. If I could recall which one that was about. But anyway, that's been my wrestling history. But yeah, I was rewatching a Dark Side of the Ring. You guys don't know, it's a show on Vice. There's like 6 episodes, or no, 6 seasons of that show, where they're talking about the dark hidden secrets and stories that involve with professional wrestling, like the inner story of the Montreal Screwjob, the tragic deaths of the Von Erichs, and of course the crimes and that of New Jack. In fact, if you guys don't know about him, Lovin' Baby J10. Hi, Lovin' Baby J10. How are you? Welcome to the live stream. In fact, let's do a little bit of a quiz here, guys. Like, talk about that stuff. Let's see if you guys know some of the some of the answers to this set of questions that I'm about to give. Speaking of, I was watching this episode about a guy named Jerome Young. He recently passed away a couple of years ago. So if you guys know who he is, who is Jerome Young? Like that's his real name, but his wrestling name, he was known in ECW as someone else. Did any of you guys know who Jerome Young was? I don't know. Let's see, Pez. Do you know who Jerome Young is? He was part of a group called the Gangstas back in the ECW days. New Jack. Correct, Pez. That's right. It was New Jack. And I'm going to say this. There was this little incident that involved with him back in 1996. I was only about a couple months old at this time when this happened. It was in November of 1996, and somewhere in Boston, I think, Boston, Massachusetts, where he involved in a matchup with Devon Dudley and this guy named Eric Kulaz, but he went in a ring name of something that was later known as the incident of this guy. Do you know the name of Eric Kulaz's character? This has been 30 years since we talked about this. It's a very nice series. Yep. No. Oh. So let's see if Pez remembers this. Do you remember? Oh, shit. Ah. Yep, there's something that happened to my hip. Oh. So yeah, let's see if you guys know about this. Then don't know. Oh, well, it was known as the mass transit incident. Eric Kulas's character, named as Mass Transit, involved with an incident between New Jack, Devon Dudley, and of course Eric Kulas. And of course, it was about it was and yet New Jack was about to go to court and be sentenced for 5 years in prison due to an assault and battery charge. But he actually won the case because of the fact of what Eric Kulas did during that incident. During the incident, of course, he was cut and busted open, but there was a thing he did. He lied about that turned the court case into New Jack's favor. What was it? Let's see if you guys know. Iram says don't know. Lopez didn't know. So during this time of the mass transit incident, it involved with a court case in which New Jack would have been sentenced to 5 years in prison if pled guilty. But he ended up winning the case because of a certain thing with Eric Kulas when during this matchup when he got busted open. He lied about a certain thing that caused the case to favor New Jack. What was it? Iram don't know. Pez, do you know? I vaguely remembered this, but I don't remember. Well, during the incident, he told the producers and Paul Heyman that he was actually 21. I mean, he was 21, but in reality, he was just a minor. He was only 17 when he was in that match. Technically, he should not have been in the ring in the first place. He lied about his age, being a professional wrestler, being 21 of age. But in reality, he was 17 years old and a minor, and he was wrestling with wrestlers he shouldn't have been doing. And obviously, he got the shit beat out of him. And technically, that could have been considered child abuse. But yet, due to the fact that he went in and knew exactly what he was doing and he lied about his age, it favored New Jack and he was pled not guilty. Under Pressure or Radio Go Go or Radio Gaga. Oh, yes. Oh, you're talking about Queen music? I mean, I heard of both of them. And though I think Under Pressure, like Vanilla Ice took that song and remade it to make Ice Ice Baby, like the beats to the song. I do like Radio Gaga a little bit more. All we hear is Radio Gaga. And I'm not gonna sing anymore because after all, I don't want to get a copyright strike. I miss Chris Jericho in WWE. When is he coming back? Well, right now they're talking about him coming back. The thing is, it's hard for him to come back when he is under contract with AEW still, so far as I know. So as of right now, as long as he's under contract with AEW, he technically can't be back in WWE. But then again, there's claims that that his contract has expired since December, so he's technically a free agent, but nobody knows. Unless they're building up a really big reason for him to show up or return at WrestleMania, because I think there's a chance he could return to WrestleMania. But there's so much secrecy between it, nobody has a damn clue. But yeah. I'm going. I'm going to now. Bye, DM. Bye, Holly. Thank you for being a part of the live stream. Thank you for all the likes. Wow, we're going on for about 30 minutes. But yeah. But I was saying, yeah. So anyway, like I was saying, during that quiz moment, New Jack obviously was found not guilty due to the fact of Eric Kulaw's lying about his age. When he said he told everyone he was 21, but in reality, he was just a minor. He was only 17 during that matchup. He received 50 stitches and vowed to never enter that ring again. And I think somewhere in the 2000s, he was going through gastric bypass surgery, but he had complications and died from it. Yeah. Someone needs to show up for WrestleMania. I agree. It would be a shocking return, but already see the setup matches for WrestleMania. So far, we agreed about who was going to win or lose in those championship matches, but now we have a new championship match with the new United States champion, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. What do you guys predict is going to win that match? Trick Willie or Sammy? Because I don't feel like I think of anything, Trick Williams should not be winning the U.S. title so quickly. I mean, he's a good wrestler, but the fact that Sammy's got a lot of heart and that I feel like Trick Williams could get his rematch against Sami Zayn at the next PLE or even on SmackDown and win the title there. I just don't see Sami Zayn wanting to lose the title at WrestleMania. Is anyone left for WrestleMania? I'm not sure. Oh, like left for WrestleMania? What do you mean left for WrestleMania? Like are going to WrestleMania? Well, man, if you know, tickets are really damn expensive, and at this point, even my taxes aren't enough to pay for at least nosebleed tickets. Should have Javon Evans wrestle Sammy and win. Well, yeah, probably, but then again, I think Javon Evans is on Raw, not SmackDown. I think Javon could have a shot at the Intercontinental title. That's another thing too. We don't even know if the men's Intercontinental title is going to be defended at WrestleMania. We haven't set up for that, but and we do have a non-title matchup at WrestleMania as well. Then Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match, meaning the referee is only there to count the pinfall or make submission. Whatever happens, happens, and WWE will not be faulted for anything that happens to these superstars. Meaning, if they get hurt, they can't sue the company for anything because it was under their own faults. Who you got thoughts on winning that one? U.S. Championship is it's superstar so quickly. Yeah. Jay Cargill and Rhea Ripley is nothing, just BS. I agree. But you guys' thoughts? You think Trick Williams is going to win, or do you think Sami Zayn's going to retain? The thing is, I think I want Sami Zayn to retain the title. I mean, he just won the belt, and I don't see him wanting to lose it to Trick Williams anytime soon, at least at WrestleMania. If anything, I want to say it'd be like MVP and Chris Benoit, like like how Chris Benoit retained the title at WrestleMania, but he would end up losing it like at the next PLE against MVP. So that's what I'm saying. Sammy to retain. Okay, Sammy should win. Okay. Now Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre in unsanctioned. That one's a hard one because as much as I'm kind of half and half on that. Like, I expect Drew to win, but then again, like, I expect him to win, but I want Jacob to win. After all, I feel like he's more of a bigger star that can get more of a push if he beats Drew McIntyre in the match. You're saying Drew McIntyre should win? U.S. Championship, release. Yeah. Okay. I am saying Drew. What about you, Pez? Jacob Fatu. New talent should get pushed. Yeah, I agree. I think Jacob Fatu should win that match. Oh yeah, we also forgot Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. Obviously, I feel like they want to give it to Oba, but then again, there's always that rumor that says Brock doesn't want to lose until his final match. But what do you think, guys? World champion. That's Stephanie Vaquer is women's world champion, and she's going to defend her title against Liv Morgan. I think we all agreed Liv Morgan was probably going to win the title. And plus, I think Drew McIntyre is probably going to lose at WrestleMania because they're probably going to write him off. Because after WrestleMania, he's going to end up doing a show, and he needs the time off to do the show. So, yeah, I think that's why they're going to make Jacob Fatu win the unsanctioned match. But anyway, again, Oba versus Brock. Your thoughts and who's going to win? I mean, because we rarely see Brock Lesnar lose. I mean, no offense, and I'm not trying to sound racist in that, but we've seen that majority of the people that Brock beats, especially if it calls involved with championships and that, are black people. Because you haven't seen Kofi beat Brock, we haven't seen Big E beat Brock, and we haven't even seen Bobby Lashley beat Brock. Oba now has a better chance because this guy's a powerhouse, and he would literally could hand Brock Lesnar his own ass. Hell, even Omos, he was a big guy. He was a Nigerian giant, and yet Brock just gave him one F5 and handed his ass at WrestleMania 39. So again, I'm gonna say I would definitely would like to see Oba family hand Brock Lesnar his ass. Because I believe Oba is definitely like the next big thing for WWE. For him to build him up like this to be unstoppable, but then be stopped dead in his tracks by Brock. I mean, I can see maybe there's a chance of a rematch down the line with Oba and Brock. But yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a match. I'll give you that for sure. Omos still wrestles. Yeah, I know. Liv Morgan for the win. Brock for the win. Oh, you guys are going for Brock? Because that's what I say. I think they're gonna make Brock win, but but then again, they're worried about if they'll kill the hype and build for Oba Femi if he loses to Brock. Which I'm sure of it. I mean, he's manhandling the beast. He's already there to being the biggest star of WWE. And I think losing to Brock ain't gonna kill his hype that much, or if not yet at all. So if anything, I think definitely would agree with you guys that Brock is probably gonna win. But then again, it gives you the vibe of, hey, if you're a black guy and you're facing Brock Lesnar, your chances of winning are real low. I mean, I'm not saying it to be racist in that, but I'm just saying, come on, look at the facts. To the African Americans that actually fought Brock, how many of them have beaten him? Not many, if not yet, not at all. Then again, there's that rumor that says Cody Rhodes was the only one, but then again, I think that's more of a joke. Might see him tonight. Omos is on AAA on tonight on YouTube. Oh, okay. Big Show manhandled the Beast right up to the event and lost the match. Yeah. Well, they manhandled him because he had a match with him at the Royal Rumble. He was literally tossing him around like a rag doll. But then again, that was just before WrestleMania 30. And as well, Big Show, depending on who he faces, you see most times his KO punch didn't do nothing to people that are equal to him, if not yet stronger than him. Like Mark Henry, he'd knock him out with one punch, but when he faced someone like Braun Strowman, he punches him once, he's down, but then he'll kick out on a 2 count on a pin. Brock Lesnar, he hit him once, and all he did was stun him. I'm pretty sure if he would have hit Brock a second time, I mean, would have probably stunned him down to go for a cover, but Brock Lesnar wasn't going to get pinned by a KO punch. I mean, the guy fought in a fucking octagon, for God's sakes. In 22, Austin Theory was about to face but no. Oh, yeah. That was when Vince McMahon was running stuff. But due to the allegations, he had to leave. And then Triple H took over and didn't see anything for Austin Theory at all. All right, I'm going to do this one last thing, probably save it, and then probably put on 1,000 Ways to Die. Watch that up. But I think it's now time we do another thing called Battle of the Belts. We got two versions of Battle of the Belts today. Start off with the AEW belts, because I want your guys' opinion. Which one you think is a better looking belt? Even though, because both of these look exactly the same, it's just the logos. It's TBS title versus TNT title. The AEW Women's TBS Championship versus the men's AEW TNT title. So is the TNT Championship or the TBS Championship? Which one do you think is better? Even though they definitely look the same, both look the same. That's what I'm saying. They are definitely the same, except for the logos. And I think as well, and the color change for them. You know, like he is doing overacting and is doing overacting and underacting at the same time. Yeah. Well, they talk about Braun Strowman maybe coming back to wrestling, but because he's doing another season of everything on the menu related to WWE. He's more fixed to doing shows like they're doing the show about eating quality food at great restaurants around the country. But they say he would definitely come back to wrestling. But anyway, Battle of the Belts. First round, TBS versus TNT. Which of them is the better belt? Hmm. Not sure. I like both belts. Too close to call. Probably because the fact is they both look exactly the same, except for just the logo. But that's why I would say for you guys, it just depends on the center plate part. Which one looks better? As I'm saying, they both look exactly the same, except for the color contrast and the logos on the center plate. I mean, which one? And both start with T. So is it TBS or TNT? Maybe better yet, it'd be a better answer to say, which channel do you watch more of, TBS or TNT? That could be the better up for which one is the better belt. Nah, I'm just kidding. Not that. But then again, the TNT title, it's been through a lot of different changes. TBS title basically stayed the exact same. And I do like the blue backing that this belt has. The TNT title don't have that thing. If I had to, one, TBS. All right, Pat says TBS. Iram says TNT. Well, that one's a real good hard tell close call because that's saying they're both basically the same belt. One's maybe slightly smaller than the other one to fit a women's figure. One has a blue themed color to it, while the other one's more red. But then again, that one could change its color anytime, any day. One stays the same most of the time. And the fact that the TNT tile has gone through many other customizations because people make it like that, it's hard to tell which one. So if I like it more when it's a constant design, not where it changes per person to person. So how is Ron Corbin? Corbin? Oh, Baron Corbin. I don't know. But if I'm gonna give the win to any of these titles, I think I want to go with the TBS title just because it's more of a constant design. It don't change per anyone that holds the belt would change it from person to person. Because with the TNT title, because the one I hold was a one that was probably held by like I don't know, uh like Darby Allin, Sammy Kazarian, or Sammy Kazarian, I forgot his name, Sammy something. But there's also like Edge is another one, like Adam Copeland. But then when they got to them, the TNT title started to have a smooth look instead of this nugget texture on the logo. And now we got that Kyle Fletcher, who now holds a pink strapped TNT belt. I'm going to probably just stick with the TBS one. But now let's go to the tag teams. My, we got the brand new. We have the brand new WWE Championship Tag Team Championship belt versus your Raw or SmackDown nickel tags, the Spartan tag belts from behind me. Which one you think is better? This belt or those? You tell me, the nickel tags or the new WWE SmackDown tag? We're going to do that for the Battle of the Belts. Let's see which tag belt has a better design. New tag belt. All right. So far, Iram says the new WWE Tag Team Championship. What about you, Pez? Would you say the new WWE Tag Team belt outdoes the original nickel tags? Or the nickel tags beat the new tag? Definitely not the penny tag belts. Okay. So the winner of round one when it comes to tag belts, the WWE Tag Team Championship. Now, how about the WWE Tag Team Championship belt versus the Attitude Era block logo or New Generation to Attitude Era original WWF World Tag Team belt, the one that I'm pointing at right behind my shoulder there. Even though they both have the exact same kind of shape and design, but which one was better? The new the new network WWE version or the block logo or scratch WWF version? Pez is going with the WWF. I am new WWE. Well, now that's a hard one for me to be the tiebreaker. They both are beautiful looking belts. I mean, one, you could actually have your own custom nameplate on. The other, there was no nameplate. In fact, you just hold the damn belt and that was it. I mean, but then again, it was the original design, and if you're a class, if you have a thing for original looking belts, there to be tag division is almost dead. I wouldn't agree with that, but I would definitely give my edge to probably the dual plated Attitude Era belt because that one, that's what helped create the design of the belt that we see today. All right, how about we go back to doing some quiz time for you guys? Here's one bonus round quiz time. Name all the Von Erichs. Do you have all the names of the Von Erich men that wrestled in, in wrestling? Do you know all the names? I think there's six of them. One being the father. No, wait, there's seven of them. One of them being the father. Can you mimic Jay? Well, that's the easiest one. It's just like 4 letters, one word. Yeet. Yeah, still trying to fight over the cold I had from last week. I mean, it's getting better now, but now it just feels like I got something in the back of my throat and just had to cough it up. But yeah, can you guys name all the Von Erich men that wrestled? There's seven of them. One of them is being the father, and see if you can name all the others. Kevin, David, Mike, Kerry, Chris, Lance, and Father Fritz. Well, yeah, I'll give you that, Pez. Kevin, David, Mike, Kerry, Chris. That's Lance was not even a real Von Erich. He was a fake Von Erich. Fritz was the father, yeah. But I know there was another one. Kevin had five brothers. Oh wait, I'm thinking of yeah, I'm thinking of Jack. Jack wasn't he died real young, but yeah. Love the Von Erichs. Yeah, but Lance Von Erich wasn't a real Von Erich. In fact, he was someone that was going to replace David until I think till Mike joined into the group. But yeah, Pez got it right. It was those Von Erichs. Play Minecraft. Minecraft, are you playing it? Yeah, I am playing Minecraft. I am playing a bit of Minecraft right now. Still working on my Titanic. But yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Von Erichs, there was the father Fritz. There was Kevin, the second oldest, because the oldest Jack died. Well, I think Kevin was two or that. And then of course there was Mike, David, Chris, and Terry. Terry actually been in the WWF, but he went by a new name and he couldn't even use the Iron Claw. What was Kerry's name in WWF? Do any of you know? Let's see if Pez remembers Kerry's wrestling name in the WWF. Uh, yeah, I'm not playing Minecraft. I live in a village and creative, and I'm trying to get pets and building a mansion in front of the village. Oh, okay, that's cool. Miles Jackson biopic coming this April. Yeah, definitely. You just said name the Von Erichs. You didn't say fake or not. Yeah, I agree. So I agree. They thought they brought Lance in and when Mike passed away. Oh, okay. Texas tornado. And I got angry playing with. Oh, okay. Well, that's the thing, because I remember hearing about that stuff during while I was watching the on Dark Side of the Ring. But now there's new Von Erichs that are wrestling today. Do you know the names of Kevin's two sons that are now wrestling? Pez, what are the names of the of Kevin's sons who are now wrestling? I think now they're wrestling in Ring of Honor or sometimes in AEW. They Kevin's sons are now wrestlers, and they're living under the Von Erich name. What were their names? I say this Texas tornado. Right, love and baby, no. Oh, okay. I know he has sons wrestling, but I don't know their names. Well, their names are Ross and Marshall Von Erich. In fact, they were trios champions in Ring of Honor with I think Dustin Rhodes. America going to host Soccer World Cup 26. Yeah, we know that. I am. You talked about it before. But yeah, Squirtle. Uh, yeah. Okay, how about this one? Obviously, it was during I think WrestleMania 34 when they had a women's battle royal. Originally, it was called something else, but due to a lot of allegations that came out to this from this person, and this happened 11 years after her death, they had to change the name to this person's Memorial Battle Royal to just being the Women's Battle Royal, and they only did it like twice and then stopped it completely. But anyway, who was the name of the person that was honored by WWE to have the Memorial Battle Royal? It was the females version of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Do you know the name? Fabulous Moolah. Kevin Nash once said that after divorcing his wife, his children don't talk to him. Wow. I mean, I don't know if that's true, but if I ever like stream, I'll do a battle of the belts with you guys. Oh, good. Let me know when you live stream, man. Just because I'll try to hit you up as much as I can. As well, like Dex, many times when I hit up, we do like wrestle chat talk, talk about wrestling, stuff like that. For sure, man. Yeah. The fabulous Moolah, a lot of things happen with her. And she did do a lot for women's wrestling, but the problem was there were certain things that happened with her that kind of killed women's wrestling for a while until, we had Ronda Rousey and all that stuff. In fact, there was allegations of what she did to women for women's wrestling. Like Princess Victoria was one, Sweet Georgia Brown, and of course many others, but some others are saying that's not true. She even managed one of the women that actually beat her for the women's title that she held for almost 30 years. Do you know who was the woman that beat Moolah to become the women's champion? It was during the time for the first WrestleMania around the Rock and Wrestling Connection. Do you know? who he is. That stuff about her. How was Dex? See, Dex is fine. Yeah, there was a reason why they changed it from the Fabulous Moolah Memorial Battle Royal to just being the Women's Memorial Battle Royal because of what happened with the Fabulous Moolah. Wendy Richter. Yep, that's the person. Because the fact there was rumors saying that she abused and pimped out the women she was training to wrestle and all this stuff, even abusing the first South Carolina black female wrestler, Susan A. McCoy, known as Sweet Georgia Brown, involved with her and with Mullah's ex-husband. If you guys know who his name was, yeah, kind of. Oh, cool. Everything done. Does anybody know the name of Mullah's ex-husband? He was a promoter that was involved with the ladies, and obviously back in those days. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that, folks. Well, we're going on for over an hour now. Yeah, a promoter. Yeah, it was a promoter. What are you drinking? I was drinking some juice. Yeah, man. Well, it was a promoter, but I don't remember. But it was her ex husband that obviously from days in order to be part of their wrestling territory as a female, many times you had to sleep with them. In fact, that's what happened to Sweet Georgia Brown and many of the other girls during the time. One of them slept with Mullah's husband. In fact, that's why Mullah uh, divorced him for that. Did any of you know the promoter's name? What was his name? Oh, you don't know? Well, his name was Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee was Mullah's ex-husband at the time, and obviously he caught Mullah caught him in bed with some of the girls, and he threw Buddy Lee out, and Sweet Georgia Brown went with him. In fact, the fact that they abused the women and that is the reason why probably Sweet Georgia Brown had a son named Michael, who could be Buddy Lee's, illegitimate son. Yeah, no, I don't know anything about that. And guys, how do you also feel about they have new inductees into the Hall of Fame? Like they inducted Psycho Sid, and now they also inducted Bad News Brown, which obviously are old. I mean, Bad News Brown being an older wrestler at the time that I don't think was around when I came about. He was more of the 80s and early 90s style wrestling. Yeah. How many subscribers are needed to live stream? Last time I checked, I think they said about 50 or so. They used to have 50 subscribers. Or, like for me, I heard it was like around 500. You at least have about 500 subscribers. But then again, I heard there's also it's claimed that you needed only 50 subscribers to start live streaming and that. The numbers always change. But if you're above like 50 to around 500 subscribers, I think you're good to go. I guess 50 subscribe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Some say 50, some say 500. Because when I talked to my buddy Dex, said for my count being at 500, I could live stream. So I guess it all depends on who you talk to that does live streaming. So if it's, yeah, but they're going into Legacy Wing and not the main Hall of Fame. Oh, okay. Huh. Well, because then again, they already have a lot of people in the Hall of Fame. Well, I think Psycho Sid's going into the main into the main one. He ain't going into Sid show go into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, definitely that. Like with Dennis Rodman, AJ Styles, and Stephanie McMahon. And of course, we still got 3 more weeks of well, maybe less now, WrestleMania. So we're probably gonna have more inductees. I'm wondering if they're gonna ever if they're have. That's the thing. What happened to the Warrior Award recipient? I wonder whatever happened with him. And as well, if you think that WWE should induct Chuck Norris into the Hall of Fame, even though Chuck Norris only been involved with WWE only like once or twice, but if they can induct our current president of the United States, Donald Trump, in, why not induct like Chuck Norris? I even think they inducted Ozzy Osbourne and that. Have they even inducted Bob Barker? What was I saying? They have usually. I mean, Dennis Rodman probably the celebrity inductee this year. But yeah, I wonder who else they may induct into the Hall of Fame this year. Who would the celebrity? I think they're gonna probably set them up for next year though, because they already have a celebrity wing, that being Dennis Rodman, the weird Dennis Rodman. Mhm. I mean, I would say, I mean, a face reveal. Well, I already say I think Pez already accidentally did a face reveal on his recent video because you can see a bit of his face in the glass of his display cases. So if you want to know what he looks like, just look at the reflection in this display case glass. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, when it's David quit, and when they put on 1,000 Ways to Die. I know who they should induct. Oh, really? Let's hear it. Like your guys' thoughts of who should be inducted into this year's Hall of Fame. Obviously, we're not going to get John Cena. That's probably next year. But I do agree the fact they should probably induct in Mirror. I watch. Well, not Mirror. The Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. Oh, Bart Gunn and Bob Holly. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, they should induct Bob Holly and induct Bart Gunn. I mean, after all, Bob Holly should have been in the Hall of Fame long time ago, especially as Hardcore Holly. Or Al Snow, another one. Well, they should induct Al Snow. And I know like a lot of people be like, Hall of Fame should be host in 4 years. Well, because there's a lot of people saying, oh, it should, like, when are they going to induct Owen Hart? Obviously, they'll never induct Owen Hart because of a certain thing. And I'm pretty sure you know why, Pez. I mean, here's the thing. Here's a question. A lot of people always wanted to see Owen Hart get inducted to the WWE Hall of Fame, but he will never be inducted because of a certain thing and a certain reason for it. And if you guys know why, let me know. There's a bit of a question for you guys. Beautiful Bobby, Stan, Lane, Dennis, Courtney, Jim, Cornette, the Midnight Express. Oh, that Midnight Express. I thought there was like one Midnight Express that was Bob Hart, Holly, and Bart Bodacious Bart Gunn. Yeah.
They bully other girls, they get this sense of control. They feel popular. They feel loved by all the girls that are backing them up. So this just validates their behavior.
Then they'll be young.
Oh. Owen's wife will never let them put him in the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah. Accident happened. WWE should give respect to Owen. What? Or did you watch? I'm sorry, we're watching A Thousand Ways to Die.
Life became a bit that she just could not.
Way to Die, number 802. Nude Ridden. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I agree. With Pat. Pat, that's correct. The only reason why Owen Hart ain't in the WWE Hall of Fame is because the fact his family, which is his children and his wife, I want I'm gonna pause that for a minute. Yeah, yeah, it's because the fact his wife, uh, I think it's Martha, and of course their children, uh, Oj and Athena Hart won't allow it. Even when his wife will pass away, his children will never allow WWE to induct Owen Hart into the Hall of Fame. Watching AAA wrestling tonight on YouTube. I'm gonna try to watch it, but as well, I'm gonna also try to watch Collision tonight of AEW. Wow, been going on for over an hour. Wow. But anyway. Ugh. Ugh. I watch only Raw. Why am I? It's getting a little blurry. Only watch Raw, SmackDown, and PLE. Wow, you don't even watch NXT? If you're able to watch SmackDown, you should be able to watch NXT as well. It's on the CW.
Cherry, cocktail waitress. The mistake of back again. Like, stage being a mean fool, son of a bitch. Duke was making Cherry pay it off by being his personal slave. Did everything he could to make Cherry's time there a living hell. Like cleaning motorcycle parts in the living room.
I'm gonna try watching AAA tonight on YouTube. Yeah, I definitely will be trying to watch that. But as well, I'm also wondering, is Stand and Deliver going to be on Peacock or are they going to do it on YouTube? Because I thought I heard something about them doing that on YouTube as well. but I didn't hear anything about them doing stand and deliver on Peacock. Normally, like NXT PLEs would be on that. Do you remember when Lois married Brian? Wasn't that when they thought Peter Griffin died at sea with his friends like Joe, Cleveland, and Glenn? I think it was that episode, but then it was all annulled. Be right back, guys. Gotta get myself something to drink. Wow, what? All right. The episode was very funny. Yeah, definitely. Who was Triple A champion? Dom? Yeah, he was Triple. He's Triple A Mega Campeon, which is funny because when he comes out with that title, it doesn't look like the exact same title he won from the previous champion. In fact, it's starting to look more closely like a replica belt he's wearing. Which, don't get me wrong, probably would be a replica belt because he wants to show off that now they're selling replica belts of that title. But it just seems odd, don't you think? Which it can come through many obvious reasons. Like supposedly, if he lost the title, like while he's traveling, like it got lost on a luggage claim, and they could quickly just grab a replica and use that. Where's Sheamus? I don't know. Be in a ladder match at WrestleMania. Well, there's a chance for that. Hold on.
Cherry's time there on Living Hell. Like, reading the second parts in the living. A few more weeks with gasoline. Look at this mess, and I know the boys. She did her best to accommodate the ill-tempered Duke. A few weeks and she'd be all square and out.
I got the place clean for you.
Oh, this is fun. Take it down.
Wow.
This guy. This time, up to take a turn. While it was out, Cherry cleaned up the spilled gasoline. Without thinking, she dumped it. Forgot to flush. So Duke celebrated another successful.
Itself the birds, but the vapors that are created by them that were already in the toilet, combined with the natural methane gas, cigarette added to the mixture.
God, this
Proximity explosion.
I thought the same thing. The belt looks different. I thought it was just me. That's what I thought too. I thought Kit Williams was gay in real life. A true human feeling my emotions. Yeah, well then there are some gay wrestlers, but yeah. Hold on. All right. But as I said, many times when I saw Dom walk around with that title, I saw it looks nothing like the title he won. It looked closer to the replica, and I'm thinking, what, is he now just holding a replica when he goes around now? But then again, it's like obvious reasons. Like sometimes you may have lost the real belt in luggage claims, or you forgot somewhere, and you don't have time to go back and get it. So your best bet, you just go to the stands and get a replica and just go out with it, and then people could just forget about it. But for true wrestling fans like us, when we look closely at belts, we can tell the difference between a replica and the real belt. Do you want to see MJF in WWE? Probably. Who knows? But then again, he was in WWE before and he was never given the chance. So that's why he went to AEW. Not sure MJF would be able to be himself in the same to WWE if he came to WWE. I think WWE would make him tone it down. Definitely, because WWE is more strict on stuff, unlike AEW, about how it looks. Well, there, like the one time that Brock Lesnar, when he held the Red Universal Championship, what you could tell the difference between when he held the real belt, and there was one time he actually came out with a replica belt because he must have left the real belt at home. So when he went to show on the show, he was out there with a replica belt, and obviously you can tell it's a replica belt because of the shape of it, the stones, and the fact of the leather, and of course you can see the stitching on the fake leather belt straps many times. That's how you can tell the difference. But then again, real belts today, like in AEW, like the AEW championship, technically is a replica, just been restoned and on a real leather belt. That's what most of the belts in AEW are now. Technically, they are replicas just on real leather straps. So makes you question: can replica belts just technically actually be real belts? Well, yeah. In fact, WWE, I mean AEW does it all the time. Most majority of the belts they have on real leather straps, plates are from replica belts that they just put on leather straps. And Universal Championship, I just hate. Yeah. For that is the worst belt. Well, the Universal title was the worst belt, even though it had the exact same design as that one. And of course, this one. I mean, they both have the exact same shape and design. It's just the only thing that was different was the color of the strap and the name of the belt. So yeah. I mean, I do like the blue one a bit better than the red one. If Brock used the replica belt, that belt instantly became worth a lot more money since it was ring used on TV. Yeah. Well, the Miz, he actually, when he held the WWE spinner belt, he actually swapped it with a replica. And there was a rumor saying, obviously, the Miz belt was a replica because when you watched WrestleMania 27 when he came out with it, you see it had that like WWE shot patch on the back of it. Now I like the Undisputed Championship. Yeah, okay. The fact that the Miz had a replica of the Miz belt as a replica, if he lost that belt, he could technically still keep it because it was one of his. It was a replica belt. It wasn't a ring used belt. But then again, they claim that was just a rumor. Miz, I think he debunked it, said it wasn't true. Wow, let's say okay, we go for about another 7 minutes. But yeah, there's some wrestlers that do keep real belts because of a certain incident, like Stone Cold. After the incident where when he broke his neck with Owen Hart for the Intercontinental title, he kept the Intercontinental title due to that incident. He told him, "Look, I want to keep this belt." And Vince said, "Go ahead, keep it because he deserved it. After all, he nearly died for that damn belt." So now every time you see the WWF block logo, Reggie Parks Intercontinental title, like at WWE World and that, just know that's on loan from Stone Cold Steve Austin himself. Like that belt is a part of his own personal property that he would let WWE put on loan because that was one of his own properties. He keeps it because of that incident. All right. see what it says here. Yeah. I'm gonna quit watching WWE if anyone win World Heavyweight Champion, Undisputed Champion, and at the same time and unify the both the belt in the future. Well, you know that eventually is gonna happen. We're seeing history does repeat itself. It happened before when we had the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship back in the early 2000s. Like when the WCW World Heavyweight title was unified with the Big Eagle belt, in which it became the Undisputed Championship. But then they brought out the big gold again as its own world championship when the WWE champion went to SmackDown. And then years later, they end up unifying them again when it was the the big scratch logo WWE Championship and the big gold becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, man, I want that. His office. He has certain belts in his office. So yeah, he actually has the WWE Championship, all the WWE championships in his office, from the network logo belt all the way down to the first WWE championship with Bruno Sammartino hold. Stone Globe was gifted to Triple H by Ric Flair to hang up in Triple H's fireplace. Well, definitely that, yeah. Maybe that's another belt I wouldn't mind in my collection. Do you think I should get the NWA Dome Globe belt? The original 10 pounds of gold? Blow it out your ass. Way to die, number 259. Dethroned.
Educate yourself on then at 10:30. It's an
Thanks, folks.
The following program is living.
But now it makes me wonder, because now the WWE is going to have a bunch of collections of their belts. Yeah. You should get the Dome Globe. It's been around for over 50 years and still used today, even though it has been changed over the time. It's also because they still use that Dome Globe, but yeah, it has a different look to it. Even though the size or the shape of it's still the same, but it's probably much bigger and it has a little bit of a change on the plates. But if I should get the modern day Dome Globe or should I get the original Dome Globe look? But yeah, well, looks like we're reaching the 2 minute limit, so 2 minute warning. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind getting the Dome Globe probably in my collection. But anyway, yeah, so that was going to be it for me today, guys. So thank you guys so much for being part of the live stream. Thank you guys for all the likes. Looks like we got about 5 or 6 likes. Shout outs to Iram and shout outs to Pez. After all, these guys do a lot to help me out in these live streams. Check them out. Check out Pez tomorrow. Yep, definitely be on here tomorrow. Be around noon or so. So yeah, check out Pez and check out Iram. Well, I'm pretty sure mostly check out Pez because I think he's got a YouTube channel. He's got a couple videos there. Gives me a shout out. Shout out to Pez. Check him out. Also, shouts to like Dex. He does live streams on his own channel and also has another channel called Wrestle Chat Talk. You may see me there every now and then. So shout out to Pez and shout out to my good old buddy Stephen Hammer. Stephen Hammer. He does butt related videos on this channel as well. And again, if you're new to my channel, want to know what I'm all about, especially about the belts, I do reviews on them on my main channel. I have well over 670 videos probably right now. But anyway, check them out. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget that ring that notification bell so you guys be notified when I do live streams. Because obviously there's going to be one tomorrow. Is I new WWE fan for you guys because I watched WWE since January 2016. Okay. Because like I said, be notified when I do live streams. Will be one tomorrow around noon and other videos. I know they're eventually going to have more videos coming up through this week or maybe next week or so, depending on how things go. Yeah, and follow me on my social media. See you guys tomorrow. Don't forget AAA tonight on YouTube. Yep, definitely be looking at that as well tonight. AEW Collision as well. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on my social media, like on X at DMTombstone96 and on Instagram at Damien96. Or I might post stuff there if I post stuff here on YouTube. Anyway, I am DM Tombstone Belts, and for DM Tombstone Live, signing off. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good day.